Yo. So, today, right now, I'm going to be recording, making a tier list of Scooby-Doo of Where Are You? Not of the episode order or the episode rank or anything like that. I might do that stuff later if people like this. Comments if you want that. But currently, we are doing it that we are ranking every single villain monster in this show. And we are basing, hold on, I gotta add an F tier right here. It's just lol. And we are going to be making the tier list on not the design of the characters or nothing like that. We are making the tier list on how scary would each character be if we pulled up to, let's say, a rural town, like in an exact Scooby-Doo episode. Me, Toonest, Before Christ and Mr. ADHD, we pull up to a rural town, have fun, stay the night, and we meet someone and they're like, yo, there is insert thing haunting it, gives the backstory and little stuff about it. How scared would we be on the, let's say, like 3-day trip, right? So that's what we're ranking it off of. So here we have bottom tier, which is LOL, which is self-explanatory, laugh out loud. D, which is like not going to be that scared, probably going to go looking for it. C is like not really going to mind. B tier is like kind of creepy. A tier is like freaked out. And then S tier, I always save for the top 3 just so we have like 1, 2, and 3 on a special place because I think it looks cool to have 1, 2, and 3 on a special place, right? So we are doing all the monsters in the episodes of Season 1 and Season 2 of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Season 3 of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? I think should count as the Scooby-Doo show because that's style of animation. So yeah, let's get into it with the first episode, The Black Knight, right? Now, if I heard the Black Knight was haunting the place, right, it definitely wouldn't be a low category. It probably wouldn't be a D, like haunting a rural town of like a Black Knight suit kind of just walking around, right? But it would all kind of depend on what the Black Knight's doing, right? Because in the episode, the Black Knight doesn't seem to be, like, it definitely is a threat, but it's not like it is actively using its night powers and is actively, not night powers, night powers, I guess, and is actually like trying to go around beheading people. So that's why I think it would definitely be a C tier. Like, I wouldn't really mind, but it would be like kind of creepy, you know. Next one, next one, going to the next episode. Actually, no, next one, this Phantom, right? If I heard there was this Phantom haunting the place again, I probably wouldn't mind, right? Because it's like Phantom, right? It's just like a standard Phantom, right? Like so I'm probably gonna put it in D tier, right? Because at least the other one, the Black Knight, it does kind of have something as like, that's not a story that you hear that often of this suit of armor going around haunting town, but just like a standard kind of ghost haunting a town to keep treasure is what it is in the episode, is like not really special, so I wouldn't fucking give a shit for it. So, and then next one is episode 2. The diver, right? So diver's not low category, not D tier. I definitely think in a real life situation it would be more scary than this one, that there's just this ghost ass diver that they cannot fuck. Yeah, so like we go to the place, right? And they're like, yo, there is this ghost, right? So I'm just gonna presume it's on a shore, or there's at least some like lake access of it, that the lake access brings into a big lake, and there's this ghost ass, and there's this ghost diver, it goes around, right? So I could argue being in an A tier, right? But I don't think so. I think it would only be in B tier because I feel categories to make it into A tier or into S tier would be that it's actually more of like a dangerous threat. And this one just seems to be like spooky as fuck, right? And again, just guarding some treasure, right? And this one I would definitely be a bit spooked out for. I wouldn't mind. So what is an example of one that is A tier? You might be thinking, right? Well, it's a good fucking question. So let's just start. Yeah, so I think we should just lay out the rest of the tiers, right? Low tier, this one, the Menace, or the Phantom, I think was all it was called in the episode. Again, just trying to scare off the kids, guard the treasure. Now, the one thing that would make this one an actual... See, now, the one reason why I'm thinking right now is that this one might not be low tier is because in the episode, this motherfucker has an axe, right? So, in real life, this motherfucker wouldn't just be like a standard guy in a ghost costume, right? Because if he has an axe, then he literally is an axe murderer, right? And I would be pretty fucking freaked out if I went to a place and there was like, yo, there is a rampant murderous axe murderer on the fucking loose. You are fucked, right? But like in the show, it's not seen as that it is an act of axe murder, and it's not talked about like it is an act of axe murder. It is not mentioned to murder or have any real threat like that. It is just seen with an axe chasing the gang, right? So I'd find that shit pretty fucking funny, right? See, it's like if it was actually doing something with it and causing a threat, that would be creepy ass, right? But like, I find it pretty funny, but I think just based off of the factor that it could actually just fucking murk you, I would definitely be a bit like unsettled, I would say, even more than that, right? Because the Black Knight isn't really going to murk you. But, like, this one could murk you because it's like they show up and there's like, yeah, there's this crazy guy going around with an axe that could kill your entire gang and family, right? But it has no shown things of that, so I'd be a little like... So, yeah, C tier, I'd be, like, a little spooked out, but I wouldn't be, like, in the category where I'm, like, kind of nervous, you know? You know what I'm saying? Shit. So we do need one that's C tier, that's low tier. Yeah, a fucking Gypsy. I don't have much respect for it, and I think the industry itself is just preying on people. So there's like a Gypsy. See, in the episode, this monster isn't really even fucking haunting places. It's just like on the thing, right? And it's just that they go into it, and then I guess like it doesn't really have much. Like it does have plot relevance, but it's not really like a main monster. The main monsters are more the other two in the episode, but like here, that's Laugh Out Loud character, right? So what is top 3? Or no, not top 3. What's an A tier, right? An A tier one. See, because I have a rough idea what my top 3s are, but an A tier would probably be, see now in the episode of the eight man? Yeah, in the episode of the 8 man, I think this episode is by far the worst episode of What's New, of not What's New, of Where Are You, Scooby-Doo, right? So purely off the episode, I want to put on low tier, but how it is talked about in the episode, right, is that it is actually one of the few ones that is seen as a quote-unquote danger because it is a kidnapping the ones, right? So if I heard that there was so you go into the rural town, right, and it's like, yeah, there's this rampant monkey man, fuck. There's this, not the cryptid, there's this rampant gorilla man that is just like wandering around and trying to kidnap women, right? I'd be like pretty freaked out, right? Now, I'm not a woman, so it probably wouldn't give a shit. None of my friends are women, so it probably wouldn't give a shit of us. But just because of that, it could still try and attempt to kidnap us. Like, it kind of attempted to kidnap Shaggy. So, like, that one's definitely a spooky booky, right? But then S tier, Mr. Hyde, literally a serial killer. Like, now, this does also kind of depend on which Mr. Hyde, right? But, yeah, in the Blue Falcon show, serial killer, right? And in this, literally a serial killer. So, I think that makes sense for S tier, right? Because the rest of them are like, ooh, spooky monsters haunting a town. And then it's like, yeah, there's this serial killer in our town. Which, yeah, fuck. So, let's go back to funsies, right? Minor 49er, pretty fun. See, it's like, I probably wouldn't mind. There was this old miner guy that was going around just trying to, like, spook people out so they don't, like, go into his mind. I'm like, I respect the guy, like, I get it, right? Like, it's fair. I give it to him, right? And then, next one, we got, yeah, I know Fandom's not a good website, but it's the only place that actually has accurate and, like, not a good company, but it's the only place that has the most amount of accurate information on Scooby-Doo. I'm just making sure I get the name of this monster right. Where is it? Really? Okay, yep. Indian witch doctor, right? Now, I definitely would be like, yo, that's a bit freaky, right? I think that's definitely into the spooks category of, like, spookies, right? Like, that one's definitely like a spooky wookie, right? Like, if I change my category, this is like spooky. This is like scary. This is like creepy. And this is like, not even all caps. That's just, right? So then it's like, next one we got Ghost of Alice Kingston. Yeah. See, it's like, it's just kind of, right? Like, it's definitely not low tier, and it's probably not just, nah. Actually, it could be top of nah, because it's like, yeah, it's a ghost, but it's like, it's just a ghost of the rich guy, so, like, it's like, nah, right? Next one, Charlie the Funtime Robot. Yep, fuck no, right? So, here's the thing about this one, right? Now, this is the part where it kind of like, it doesn't really give an accurate representation of in the episode, right? Because in these ones, we're translating the characters into real life entities, right? Now, in the episode, I do think that this episode is one of the best, maybe top 3 in the series, right? Because I think the episode itself is a creepy episode with a creepy location, and how they do it with how they have the monster set up, and the monster Charles of Time is actually a good creepy monster in the episode show. Right? But in real life, it's pretty much just an AI. Or not AI. They didn't even have fucking AI back then. It's pretty much, what it is it is just a robot that is roaming around and wrecking havoc, right? And that is probably a creepy EPs, but it's like low tier on the creepies. Like it's kind of like the nah creepy. It's kind of like a creep. Not like an EP, but it's just, it's kind of like a creep, but it's not like a creepy, like it doesn't really have the EPs part to it. So, yeah, next one we got is the Phantom of Sewers. Yep. Fuck. I've watched this episode 15 times. Phantom of Sewers. This one, I don't remember if it was mentioned in the episode, but this one actually just seems like a fucking serial killer, right? Now, I don't think it was mentioned in the episode this one is a serial killer, but this one just actively seems like a serial killer who would just murk your family, right? So, this one I definitely think is like scary tier, right? Why? I'm actually going to put it top tier, right? Because, again, it's the same reason why I put Mr. Hyde in top tier, right? Like, if you roll into a random town, and I'm going to compare them to the rest, right? Oh, there's a gypsy haunted place. Oh, there's a ghost. Oh, there's a ghost. Oh, there's a ghost. There's this robot going around. There's this knight going around. There's this guy in a ghost costume running around with an axe. I'm putting that up in this creepy tier. A guy with a ghost costume running around with an axe is definitely creepy, right? Because it's a wild guy on the loose running around with an axe. The ghost costume doesn't mean shit. If I go to a town, it's like there's this wild guy running around with an axe has been spotted. I'm like, fuck, And then it's like the ghost one, right? This guy. There's a sea diver. Oh, there's a witch doctor. And then it's like, yeah, there's a monkey going around. And then it's like, now, I'm pretty sure in the episode, this guy's just a thief, right? But this guy gives, hardcore metal underground serial killer energy, right? So that's the same reason. It's like, spooky thing, but spooky thing with an axe. Spooky ape that likes women. Potential serial killer. Definite serial killer is why I'm putting them up this. Now, next one, the EP clown, right? Or no, fuck. The creepy clown, right? So, the creepy clown, I do feel kind of torn on, right? Now, I do definitely think the creepy clown is S tier, right? But is it more scarier than the serial killer, right? Because Dr. Hyde is totally a full-on serial killer, right? But the creepy clown is definitely like gives serial killer energy, right? So this came out before it, right? Before the book. Wait, right? Fuck. When the fuck did the book? Yeah, 1989, right? So it does prelude it by like almost 20 years, right? But now I knew it preluded it, but I didn't know it preluded it by that much, so I was just checking, right? So it's definitely a creepy EP, right? And I think it's more creepy EP than just serial killer, right? Because the ghost clown is like, yeah, there's this ghost clown that is going around haunting people and hypnotizing people, and I would think this guy's a fucking serial killer, right? And the other one is just actively this guy's a fucking serial killer, right? But I think the whole clown persona does definitely give it more of a creepy EP. And in the episode, it's definitely more of a creepy episode, right? Because the Mr. Hyde episode isn't really and doesn't really give it like a creepy episode to it, or the monster isn't that creepy in it, right? So on to the next one, right? Dracula, definitely not a low tier. But like if it was like, yo, this town's being haunted by Dracula, I'd low-key be like, I say, oh, then I gotta make a new tier. Where I put it? Fuck. See, he's definitely... Oh, fuck, I made it the same color. See, so it's like he's definitely a, like... Yo, sick category, right? Where it's like where it's like a Dracula, vampires in this place. I'm like, yo, that is fucking sick, right? Frankenstein also... that's not that fucking sick, right? But it's like... Yeah, but it's like... Frankenstein is like I don't... Like, I'd be more scared about him than the rest of these guys, but, like, it's not, like, creepy. Next one. See, Wolfman, right? Wolfman's really pennant, right? He's not lol, definitely not a yo sick. Definitely not that. He's creepy, and he's top creepy, right? Because it's like the Wolfman himself in the episode is just, like, trying to scare off people, right? And I get that's in the episode, right? But if we're taking this into real life, again, the Wolfman does kind of seem like he is a serial killer. So, like... He could definitely be spoopy, and I think I'm going to put him above, right? Like, if I saw that thing was haunting in a place I was at, I actually would be moving up scary. Like, that shit would be scary in real life. In the episode, it's not really, but in real life, that shit would definitely be scary, right? So the next one we have is the Mummy. Yeah. Now, see, but, like, the Mummy itself, right? But in the episode, it's like, oh, the 4,000-year-old curse, and we open the tomb of the Mummy, which, wait a minute, when the fuck did the movie The Mummy came out? That's a ripoff. Oh, fuck, release date 2026. That first one's... Really? Yeah, I low-key did not know that the first one was that old, right? So it is pretty much just a rip-off of The Mummy, right? But, yeah, nah. Like, it definitely might be a bit creepy, so I'll give it the edge factor because it does have the story to back it for it being a bit creepy, right? But it's like, no, overall, all right. Next, the Creeper, right? I kind of feel bad for the guy, right? Because it's like, he's not really doing shit. Yeah, like, fuck, I was trying to think of the name of the guy. Because there's one cryptid guy that I just feel so bad. Yeah, or like cryptid guy that I feel bad for. But yeah, I can't remember his name. I'll put it up on screen. Charles, something like that? No face Charles or something like that? Yeah, fuck. Feel bad for that guy. See, like, it's like the same situation with the Creeper, right? Like, I don't think he would actually be up to anything. Where it's like, he kind of deserves a tier. Just like, feel bad for the guy, you know? It's like... Yeah, that's what it was with No Face Charles. That fucking... Feel bad for that guy. Feel bad for the guy. All right, and then next one, zombie. Yeah, there's zombies hauling in the place. That'd be like kind of creepy, but it's not like mega creepy. You know what I mean? A witch on in the place. Nah, like I wouldn't really care, right? Next one, I'm just gonna put this one up in top 3. I don't think it needs to be explained because this one is like actually like creepy, EP as fuck, right? But it's like spooky and scary, and like it is top 3. Not because of threat, but it's just like the scariest character. Next one, caveman. Yeah, what the? You got a caveman haunting your place? Definitely less. Yeah, like funny, right? See, it's like next one again, the werewolf, right? I'm just going to put it right next to the other werewolf because, like, I think if they were in real life, they would be pretty similar and pretty much the exact same thing, right? Now, next one, the witch doctor, right? Now, it's definitely more scary than the other witch doctor. So wherever I put the other witch doctor, it's scarier then, right? So it is definitely the Hawaii one. And what makes this one scary is, why the fuck is this one? Yeah, that one's spoopy. That's right. So it definitely is more spoopy than the other one, right? So it definitely is more on the spoopy thing. But, like, is it into the scary category? Like, would I be lying in bed, like, being like, shit, what if this thing comes and gets me? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. So I'll leave it top of spoopy. All right, then next one. It's a guy, gang leader, right? Yeah, pretty much what he is. Leader of a gang. So it's like, it's not really creepy. Like, it's kind of like different, right? But it's like the ghost. And this ghost is the guy that leads the gang, right? So, like, it's definitely spoopy, but, like, oh. No, I think it's just top of creepy. But in the show, great creepy monster, but, like, nah. Next one, wax phantom. Big thing made of wax. I think it's right there, right? Because, again, it does have its novelty to it, where it's like, it's something that you wouldn't expect and you wouldn't hear, so that's where you get the little creep factor from. But other than that, not really anything else I would have to say for it, right? And then, right, these 3 I did say for last. Now, Redbeard's ghost, right? Ghost of an old pirate undership guy. Definitely more EP, right? Like, that one I would actually be scared for, right? And this one I think could actually result in a threat to your life, right? Because I'd be more scared of this one coming and fucking killing me, right? Because the spooky space kook does not seem like someone who would just come and kill you, right? So even though in the shows, the spooky space kook, yes, is probably the scariest one. But in reality, I wouldn't really be feared for my life, right? And for it to be scary in real life, and for pretty much anything to be scary in real life, or anything I don't have control over to be scary in real life, there would need to be a pretty high chance of me getting, like, fucking murked, right? And I think the top 3 definitely are the ones with the highest chance of me getting murked, right? But the other ones, green ghost, I definitely do think is scary. Like the green ghost going around, I think it's scary, and I think it gets a little past that spooky category. Like, especially if I saw a photo of them, then I'd be like. But it's like, would I really be? Nah, I don't think I'd be scared, right? So it's definitely scary, but I don't think it's scary category, right? Because I think for the scary category, again, like I was just saying, it would need to be a threat to your life. But this one doesn't really seem like a threat to your life, but they would definitely be like high on the spooky category, right? So that's why, again, headless guy is also going to go right below them, because that one definitely spooky, but it's not a threat to my life, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not going to care. And then the Yeti, or no, yeah, the Snow Ghost, not Yeti is the name, but the Snow Ghost, and that's Snow Ghost? That's a Snow Ghost? Wait, is it? Yeah, it's that Snow Ghost, not that's a Snow Ghost. Okay, that's Snow Ghost. See, so this one I feel conflicted on, right? Because the character itself, right, I do So, I don't feel conflicted, right? It's definitely it's not creepy. It's higher than creepy. It could be spooky, right? But I think I drop it into scary, right? Now, the part that I don't get is why. Now, why, right? Because in the episode, right, as a thing itself, it does seem kind of scary, right? But in the episode, as a monster itself, it would be like, right, top of creepy, right? But in the episode itself, it is one of the creatures who actually tries to harm and endanger the gang the most, right? And again, the fear factor is often brought on by how much likely is it to murder me, right? And that one I think is a high chance, right? Like, there's nothing saying it's a murderer or a serial killer, but it is definitely a murderer, right? Like, these top 5, I think, like, the serial killer, just creepy as fuck. Serial killer and murderer, right? And murderer, probably murder, or kidnapper, murderer, right? Is my thing, right? So that's what I got right now. To go over the tier list, we got, at the bottom, we got Caveman and Gypsy and Lowell. In the Yo Sit category, I got Dracula, and I feel bad for the guy. I got this guy, because he just seems like a Charles No-Face situation, like, fuck. Feel bad for the guy. And then in the nah category is ones that it's like, nah, I'm not going to be scared of, right? Creepy are ones that would definitely be, creepy, but it's like, actually, I'm going to move Charles up. Actually, no, I'm going to keep Charles there, right? Because Charles would only be creepy, right? And it would piss me off more, right? Because, like, I'm trying to fall asleep, and there's a fucking robot going around. Like, I'm just going to be pissed at it, right? Then spooky are ones that are just, like, kind of spooky, right? Scary are ones that are, like, fucking scary, right? And I'll go over each one again, right? Both the Wereman are probably murderers. Eight Man is a kidnapper, probably a rapist. So, yeah, fuck. Snow Ghost, definitely a murderer. This guy, Phantom of the Sewers, I think. No. Ghost of the Sewers? Definitely a serial killer. Or Puppet Master. Definitely a serial killer. Spooky Space Clown, just fucking imagine you're trying to fucking fall asleep at night. And you hear through the town just that. Like, hold on. Like, if I can find the voice sample, I'll play it right now. That spooky space coupe gives with the fucking flashing lights at night. Bullshit. That's scary. Now, top 3, all right, and that's why he didn't make the top 3, because he doesn't seem like great. Redbeard's Ghost, it is a ghost, pirate, murderer, probably serial killer. So, I'd be scared of getting murked, right? Mr. Hyde, literally just a fucking serial killer. And the Ghost Clown, it is a ghost, it is a clown, it is a serial killer, it can hypnotize people, yeah, fuck no. It's like 12 o'clock at night, I'm going the fuck to bed. But, if you want to know, turn off my recording, right? But, like, if you low-key want to know more info, or, like, since you made it as far as the video, you actually kind of deserve more info, right? Vids I'm working on right now, right? Like, I'm still working on the album ranking one. I got some photos that I'm going to send to TuneNest called SIG Card Flags, which you're just going to have to figure out what the rest of those is. I think that'll be a TuneNest video. My Wendigoon vid, my Eminem Only Swears vid. Currently, I'm recording this. I'm working on the Marshall Mathers LP one, but that should be out after this. The Halo series, which when this is done, the first part should have just came out, but I do have the second, third, and fourth part that we recorded. So I'm going to edit the second part, and that will be coming out in like 3 days after this. The Soundwave video, which I don't know when that is coming out. I presume in probably 1, maybe 2 weeks max from this video coming out. And then the 3D printing vid, which is where I'm doing I'm making like these big battle texts that you can play on like the lawn that I'm 3D printing them, so we can do like fucking lawn battle tech this summer. It's gonna be so good. And yeah, it's really all I got. It's like, do I want to let this video run for 30 minutes or not, right? So if I want to, yeah, I kind of feel like letting this video run for 30 minutes, right? So if I want to let it run for 30 minutes, I could talk for another 30 seconds, or I could just like cut it right here and just like do like gameplay, right? Because I'm probably going to drop some Warframe gameplay in here. I was also thinking of doing a playthrough where I play through a bunch of like Scooby-Doo games, because I got a bunch of Scooby-Doo games, so like I think that would be pretty cool. The next one of this, I would definitely be doing one of the new Scooby-Doo mysteries and like the Scooby Doo show, or not the new Scooby Doo mysteries, just the Scooby Doo movies. I mean, because that came out first, and then the Scooby Doo show. So that should be pretty cool. And I'll see you on the next video. Yeah, the next one. See ya.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.